Okay, so holy fuck, I cannot believe what just happened. I'm here with a good few friends here. Introduce yourselves, Ethan and Violet.
I'm Ethan, otherwise known as Dankorps. I do commentary, breakdown videos on Hytale, and I know a lot of YouTubers that I help behind the scenes, and I'm just generally friends with most of them. Violet?
I'm an artist in the community. Like in the past, I've done a lot of like sort of style stuff on par with the like sort of in-game models. Like I'm a fan of like recreating their stuff, kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, because she completely undersold herself there, I'm going to explain. Violet works on things like MCC. She knows pretty much any childhood YouTuber you knew or modern-day Minecraft YouTuber. She's pretty important in the scene. But, Zan?
Yeah. And basically, we are. So earlier today, Hypixel Studios on the Hytale account announced that there was going to be an appearance on this Riot Undercity Nights Day 2 event that's happening, where they'd be telling the story of Hytale. And, you know, that obviously meant the story of how Hytale came to be. And we decided that, well, this event was probably not going to be very overwhelming. We should still watch it anyway, get into Discord, hang out, do all of that, and just see what we get, right? And holy fuck, did our minds get blown. It was so much more than we thought it was going to be. There was so much new gameplay. They announced features. There's parkour in the game. If you jump up to a ledge, you can grab it and climb up.
We shouldn't front load. We should just get to showing it.
Yeah, we should get to showing it. But I do want to mention the three of us, me, Ethan, and Violet, are all, as I'm coining it, part of the Fellowship of the Quebec.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you have your cam on for this, but you should totally show
I do.
Yeah.
That's why we're showing it. Yeah, we were part of the Fellowship of the Quebec, and we all got these little 3D printed Quebecs from Noxy, the CEO of Hypixel. So we're cool and special. Anyway, let's get right into it because we've only seen it once. We just watched through it. We've only had our first reactions. I'm sorry, I didn't expect to record it. I didn't expect it to be this big. So I'm afraid that we're gonna have to only be able to record our second reactions. But yeah, let's get into it. Wait, did they release just a video of it?
They released just a video of it.
Well, guys,
it's a trailer.
Yeah,
it's basically a trailer. It's a trailer.
This just dropped, so sorry if it's a little scuffed. Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, we'll talk. I'll pause it whenever you guys yell at me to pause it, or I'll pause it on my own. We'll talk about it.
Writers come up with amazing ideas, sometimes crazy ideas. I wish we can do them all, but you know, we can't focus on everything. And then sometimes we realize we're not necessarily the best studio to make these games. And that's kind of how I felt when I met Noxy and the team at Hypixel. They came up with the demo of Hytale, and I right away saw that we had something special. It was both familiar but also different. Different because it's a different game. It's a different genre than what we're used to. But familiar in the way they talk about the community, the way they're willing to challenge conventions, their dedication to one game, and their
I'm so high. I
to make
did not
it
expect to
better
have to be
for years to come.
recording.
That sounded very familiar to us.
So right now they're basically just talking about why they
partner with them.
Why they
eventually
partnered.
have them join our family. I want you to know all
Can you
about
pause it
this,
for a second?
But I'm not the best.
Mm-hmm.
So for people out there who have their doubts about Hytale, who think maybe the quality of this game will be lackluster, I want you to consider the fact that Riot is this on board with it. And is willing to put this much money into it. Say what you want about any Riot game, and whether or not you don't like it or whatever. But one thing you have to admit is, even if you despise League of Legends like I do, one thing I can't argue is that League of Legends isn't a well-made game. It is a well-made game. There's a reason why it is one of the biggest games in the world. There's a reason why Riot is rising to basically dominate the gaming industry. I think Hytale is going to be one of the games that helps them do it.
And as we've seen with the recent release of Arcane, Riot isn't just looking to dominate the industry. It's looking to dominate multiple industries and try to be a multimedia franchise. And one of the best ways to do that is to spread out into what looks like a very promising game that can also do the same.
So let me invite my friend Noxy.
My boy, here he is. Wonderful shot. Fun fact, in the art there, right where my mouse is, you see that little square? There's my logo on that. So
I have a skull.
Yeah, so my logo is kind of like
handle.
No,
Yeah,
you aren't.
exactly.
You
are
aren't.
in the
not.
Hypixel lobby.
I'm in the Hypixel lobby. That's crazy to me.
Yeah. Wait. Violet, you have fan art all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not all over the place.
Those are their desks.
Okay,
Your fan art looks down at them as they work.
Quick thing here. Generally speaking, these cosmetics seem to be a lot of new ones that we haven't seen before, such as the ear piercings.
Yeah, and
I
they
don't
also
think
look a lot nicer.
They look nicer. The diagonal rope there is really interesting. I like that as a build piece. But I want to look in the background a bit. Do you see the massive? Hold on, sorry if I can't make the YouTube thing go away. Do you see the massive mountain in the back right?
Oh yeah,
And how
I
the
see
trend-
that.
That is a big fucking mountain. Hold on, I gotta make my webcam move.
One thing I've noticed is I think a lot of the biome transitions use rivers. Every biome transition they've shown us so far, there's a river.
That's
between the two
so
biomes.
smart. That's what
Minecraft
Valheim does.
works.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft
It's also what Valheim does. Well, Minecraft has started doing it,
Check
thankfully.
out those goggles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also notice that the hair on a
cool.
lot of these characters is animated, especially the pigtails in that one
So
character.
the story of Hypixel
I mean, that's
is
just
the
like
story of
ambient
a collection of
movement.
Minecraft modders who shared a dream of going.
I think we
pro
should
and having
pause
their own
every,
project.
like, almost every frame when there's gameplay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
we-
pick apart
we've
everything.
seen this before, but this is still something that I really get hyped about. The idea of seeing a giant nest like this and going off to investigate it. Oh my god, you have no idea.
Hypixel was very much driven. And
It reminds me of Starship Troopers a lot.
Ooh.
Okay, pause it.
Okay, we're gonna
This
scrub
is
this
clearly
one.
an enemy outpost. This looks like where we had the. Wait, okay, you gotta pull it back, Ethan. Pull it back
Yeah,
a
yeah,
little
Oh,
bit.
this
Just a few
shot,
frames.
people will be making literal films of this. Like obviously they've got the movie maker tool, but that is such a beautiful
So-
shot.
So yeah, the eagle flying looks really good. What I think this is a player character as an eagle. Stop it now. It's
Oh,
okay.
it
Okay,
is. You're
go-
right. You're
It's a
right.
player character morphed into an eagle flying, but I want to point out this is clearly one of those Zone 2 desert ruins where there's skeleton archers just watching the walls, and you would be running through the
One thing to
ramparts here
look at
fighting
is
them.
that we actually did get to see the new biome they showed off later
Oh,
on,
yeah.
over in the top right here. So I'm
It,
gonna
it
just
looks like for a lot of this footage, they walked around a very small area collecting footage, which I like. I like that you can walk around this little area and get so much diversity in the area.
you can see some
all
nice
that.
cactuses there.
I'm not gonna lie though. Look at the horse. Look how it just like snaps to the right. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
there is some bugs. I think where the thing that looks most jagged to me in this trailer is we've seen a lot of images, like really nice looking images of the wildlife and the animals and everything. But yeah, probably at this current state of Hytale, they're probably really jittery and buggy and probably don't look quite as majestic as
I don't
Wait,
mind how the
like
Wait,
that
can I
horse
just point
walking,
out,
like
it's
that horse
Noxie's
moonwalking.
birthday.
It's Noxie's
it's-
birthday.
It
Yeah.
is.
Birthday
Oh
to
my
him.
god, it's the meme. It's the Noxie's birthday meme. Really? They did it.
Birthday on
So-
today.
So looking out, new biome there with like the dead field with like sparse
Oh,
flowers and whatnot.
No, those are bones. Those giant things are bones.
No,
You've
no,
seen
no.
That
The,
biome
the
before.
flowers in it. We've not seen like the life growing around it like that. We've seen the giant bones, but we've seen actually bigger ones that were singular monuments. We've never seen this.
Oh, I think
also,
this is dead grass.
Looking at the terrain or the jungle, is it in the back there? Do you see how the trees are peeking out, or maybe the terrain is peeking out really big?
Yeah, god damn, my camera is covering it once again. I'm so sorry, people who
Hard
are
to
watching.
hard to tell with the beautiful fucking sun peeking behind.
Yeah.
That looks really nice, and I love the render distance. And
By the way, this looks like Minecraft with shaders. Just
does.
by default. Yeah, I do like that. It
I
looks like Minecraft with shaders.
one thing I really like is just the render distance on this. You can see that massive like arching hill in the background and whatnot. You don't see like a blue void in the end.
In the game for modders.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good
so we
lord.
do see an outpost to the left. I actually own the Hytale magazine for
Oh, I own both of them. I own
Yeah,
both
yeah.
of
Edge
them.
magazine.
I want
yeah.
the other one, but the Hytale magazine talks about human trading outpost in the desert, and that's either a Farron or a human trading outpost. But because there were those archers earlier, I'm more inclined to think that it's a human trading outpost.
Yeah.
Ourselves. Since the announcement of the game and all the attention that we received afterwards, we started the process of making some pretty big changes on our path in order to ensure that we're going to meet our commitment to the players and realize their
Okay, so
Whew, okay.
we got
So
some-
much here.
yeah, so
Connor, this is the part where Connor came.
yeah. So looking at this, I love the design of the acorn lamps. I love the design of the little dudes. You can see their stages of life. They seem to get redder, actually. as they
I
get
mean,
bigger.
here's a little like artsy thing is like they've had a big like redesign, like a really nice like visual overhaul. The Quebec like how they look, how the female ones look. I'm just like general detail. Like, look at the little leaf sort of thing, like overlapping on the head.
Oh my god, look at this Quebec face. I know that like facial animation has been in the game for a while. Look at
Oh,
the
he's
Quebec.
old. Look at him. He's got wrinkles
no,
and
he
shit.
He smiles
Yeah.
and he raises his eyebrows. That adds so much character. I
Okay.
know it seems like bare minimum, but that adds
The-
infinitely more than other
So-
games.
The fact that in this block game, these characters have animated features in their faces tells me that that means they have to be able to talk, and there might be
Oh, no,
cutscenes and
please, no.
dialogue. No. I want there to be cutscenes and dialogue in Hytale.
I'm torn on it. So here we get some art by my boy Derry.
Because it's
We'll see. It just depends on how the game feels. Oh, Power Bites art.
Cosplays and props.
Yep.
Solid Reddits are developing.
So here, I don't recognize the three pieces. Oh, Echo
recognize all three of
Echo Can
these.
and I are friends on the left. I know the guy.
It's just showing you so much love. There's a lot of pressure as well. So we knew that we started to need some help, and then entering into a partnership with Riot just eventually logically made sense.
How many people came out for this was wild too. So it
Yeah, it
became
jumped
clear
at
to me
least
that after
40,000
all this
people.
time.
Wait, did it
Yeah,
drop
40
after?
Yeah, right after it dropped.
His-
Like about 40,000 people came in just to see this little tiny thing that was announced last second. That tells me that Hytale has millions of people that are just it's in the back
And
of
so
their
that
mind.
story
They're
is
just waiting.
unusual in the industry.
They're
And so
lurking.
We felt like there was a lot of lessons that we could maybe learn and advice that we could get for that journey. And so we met them way before the trailer was announced. And even back then, before we had proven that the audience was interested, Riot was interested. They supported us with
Love
advice
this
and
art.
investment when we first established Hypixel
Yeah, it's
Studios,
great.
and later when we became part of Riot Games in 2020. So that's enough of the context. Here to tell you more about the game itself is Sean McCafferty, our COO.
Okay. So
Oh my god, look at the lighting here, by the way. Is this gameplay or
This-
render?
this
This
is-
looks like a
Oh,
render.
It's all
no,
they
Zen,
would
it's all
never-
in engine. They
Yeah,
would never
they would
render.
They would never
Well,
lie
I mean, like in engine, like not necessarily in game, but in engine. Is this gameplay like in
Yes,
game,
yes,
and it's
yes.
just a
Yes.
character
This is all.
flying?
They only show in-game gameplay. This
Yeah,
is
I mean,
probably not a
that's
character.
true.
My guess is it isn't a character flying. They're using their machinima tools, which
Yeah,
still
maybe.
is just gameplay.
Yeah.
In that case, this is fucking amazing.
I
Look
know,
at this
that-
lighting.
that's
Look
what I
at this.
mean.
Look at this terrain.
Oh my
Like-
god, I can't. Part of me can't believe this game is real because this is what I thought Minecraft would look like by
this-
now.
This is Minecraft's graphics in 2014, guys.
I'm imagining this is.
look at,
I
I mean,
want
look at
someone to
this,
make a
right?
meme. I
When I
want
look
someone to
at
make.
this,
Okay, go ahead.
when I look at this, I think of like Breath of the Wild, and the amount of charm and like craziness like to explore that game has is like insane.
When I look at this, I think of the idea of a massive sprawling battle in this canvas of a field. I think about
Oh
the
my
idea
God.
of that. Like, think of like a
Hundreds of
dragon.
people.
We know dragons are in this game too. Think of a dragon swooping in through all of this and perching on that
breathing
massive evil
fire
looking
on all the
structure.
grass, burning all the grass and stuff.
Yeah, with their cool like particle based fire system too.
Wait, stop. Pause it for a second. No. Keep it on that screen for a second because I want to point some things out, some details that I think make Hytale stand above
Sorry, Sheen.
Minecraft.
John?
So look at this. Look at this. So this is a plains biome, right? Now, if this was a Minecraft plains biome, it would be completely flat, just as the areas that are green here are, and there would be none of these rocks, none of these changes in elevation. Maybe there'd be a village there, but basically nothing other than that, and maybe some sunflowers and flowers, and that's basically it. Maybe an occasional tree. In Hytale, there's fucking plateaus, these spires of rock that come out with caves in them, as you can see in that far distant one. And if you notice right here, there's like right in the foreground, there's like this weird bowl of stone almost that comes up where trees and grass and logs are
building a nice
to
base
break
on
up
that.
I know, you could build yourself a little house on that and be surrounded by nice flat land. So
So-
instead of having a boring big plain in Hytale, the land looks memorable and exciting and explorable because you've got these things to break up that boring plains. Minecraft just doesn't have that right now.
While I
until
try
that's
to
okay.
avoid comparisons to Minecraft and Hytale at this point, and just praise
Yeah.
Hytale for what it is. One of
Yeah.
the things that I struggled with in Minecraft was doing anything that wasn't just functional. In terms of Hytale, I look at this environment and I think that would be a beautiful spot to build a house, and the areas around it shouldn't be wasted. I should build a city, and I should make that city interconnect. I have drive and reason to terraform and to change this landscape. But when I look at something like Minecraft, it takes a long time to find something like that. And I know the team on Minecraft have done a wonderful job with the recent update and revamping the terrain. I'm not even going to try to discredit that, right? But in this case, the very thing they're looking at right now, which I know is probably a little picked and chosen, but we've seen God knows how much terrain at this point. It just feels more inspiring to be around and to look at and just to explore, really. Imagine the idea of that opening we see right in front of the sun being some kind of a dungeon and building an outpost with friends. And since dungeons actually have to be raided in this game, imagine you having to build up gear. And so you're camped outside of this dungeon for IRL like a week, right? Of just playing this game with your friends. And you make a traveling base because in this game, there's ample reason to go exploring and making bases. You don't just make one in a plains biome.
You have to have a base in every zone.
Yeah,
maybe a few bases in every zone, because you need to have a base in zone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and those are the zones we know about. Like presumably because they all have unique items and unique progression and dungeons and everything. And then you might have to have multiple homes in each zone.
You create an avatar.
This guy's cool. I love this guy.
On an immersive fantasy.
Yeah, he's cool.
As an avatar.
Okay. So we're back with those characters from earlier. One big thing that they touted with this is like diversity in terms of like how characters look, and that seems like something that would be a little bit hard to portray through little block characters, right? But I like how with these characters you can actually tell their race at a glance, and then you can see the whatever the fuck the guy is on the right. But I don't know. I think this game is really good about self-expression because it took the leap of going for a simplistic blocky art style while keeping detail in the pixels. And Violet,
yes,
I think
I love that. I love that about this game.
You of all people are the most qualified to talk about that here.
These characters are really detailed. I actually want to point some things out. So for starters, notice how the character on the left with the pigtails is also wearing a headset and has earrings on underneath the headset. And the pigtails are animated.
And the
earrings might be too.
Have different colors.
And there's like different colors.
Those are our
beads.
Those are a callback to Gaia's beads.
Wait.
Yeah, it's 3 different beads, and you can color them. Two purples, 1 green on that.
Okay, there's a person right there.
Fast forward by like half a second.
There's a person back there.
Yeah, and there's another person. Yeah, there's a person right there on the right.
Fast forward.
Okay.
Okay, just keep going until this guy moves his hand up.
Yeah, he does an emo. Oh yeah, and they're smiling.
Oh, hold on, look at how they handle the pixels.
See
see
how they're smiling?
Yeah.
No,
so
look at his hand. His hand is translucent.
Oh, is it? Wait, what?
Yes, you can see through his hand.
For like
oh
half
yeah, you can. Yeah, you
ghost.
can. He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
He's a ghost.
Whoa.
They made his. Holy shit!
Look at his ears. You can see it in his ears as well.
I didn't even notice. I thought his skin tone was.
You can see it right here. If you look at his fist, you can see this guy's like shoulder and his vest through this guy's fist.
Oh, that's
because
crazy.
of how translucent. And this, what's the lady here doing? The lady.
She's waving. That's how they wave.
She's waving.
Yeah.
They wave like this. Why don't they wave like this?
With an open hand. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's an art style choice.
No,
yeah, maybe, or maybe it's a lore reason. It might be a lore reason.
I just love how detailed these characters are.
It's not a lore reason because they said that Hytale is not a block world; it's a world portrayed by blocks.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm liking the guy in the back there. He looks pretty slick with the beanie.
I mean that's a good thing about blocks, right? There's a big entry. There's a very easy entry.
Wait, you said it's a block? It's a world portrayed by blocks.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah.
So Hytale is not canonically a block world.
No, it's not at all.
Canonically, it's more kind of rounded out. Like if you see some of the concept art.
Yeah.
With block game genre and combine it with our favorite parts of classic fantasy RPGs.
All right. I forgot they showed this. I was just so overwhelmed with everything. Okay, so looking at this, we see some nice buffaloes.
Bison.
Yeah,
bison. Yeah.
We
tall
see
mountains.
Some kind of structure in front of the mountain there with like dark brick, I believe.
Yeah.
Hopefully
different
my
colored
stream
trees.
has the quality for this, by the way. I apologize if it doesn't, but we're doing this through a screen share. I
love the trees, the different colors and everything.
Wait, that's the mouth of like a cave, like an ancient dilapidated thing. That's like an old mine of some sort. That's cool as hell.
There's a cave up, and there's a cave sticking out of that mountain up there as well.
Like I've said before, things like this genuinely inspire me to want to build in them. I could have one Hytale world and just put hundreds and hundreds of hours into it. And guys, listen, when Hytale
that's what I intend to do. I'm just gonna have my world.
Yeah, when Hytale drops, we have to have an SMP we play on for years. It'll be so valuable to us. Remember, imagine if you had a world you played on with your friends for years in Minecraft today.
Exactly, Ethan. Exactly.
Okay. So you guys ready to jump to the next one? There's not too much to talk about here. This,
it is.
The environment What should I say? The
The
weather,
atmosphere.
the atmosphere, and the way the weather affects it, and the way it adds like a heads-up display effect of.
Also, for the first time in a game that I can fucking imagine staffs being used as they're supposed to, not even in World of Warcraft are staffs used like the Gandalf way as a walking stick for a mage. I fucking love it.
Hey,
I'm so glad I can LARP as Gandalf with a
I want to
walking
point
stick
something
staff
out. Can you see my
as a
mouse?
mage.
Look there. There's something
Yeah.
fucky in the.
That's a bug. That's a bug. Go back. It's a wasp. Look at
Yeah.
it. Look at it as if it's some kind of
I bet
it's a
it's a
scarab.
bug.
It's a
A
scarab
scarab.
wasp.
Hytale has bugs.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
I like the
scary.
dead body in the bottom left.
Yeah, there's
Alright.
some skulls
Wait,
there,
what?
and
Can I jump to the next? This
yeah,
got me
holy
really hyped.
shit!
Okay.
Look how cool. Look how much is
Oh,
going
look at
on
the
here.
look at the big doors on the right side of the house, the broad side of
I
it.
love-
Look, big doors,
I
big
love
barn doors.
I love how when Hytale shows off
okay.
when Hytale shows off something in terms of gameplay, they use the same characters, so it feels like they're telling a mini story. So in
Okay,
this,
I am gonna point something out, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the little chicken houses. You see it on the left there. They are prefab type.
Oh, I
place
assumed as such,
probably.
yeah.
Which is fine.
Okay,
Which is fine.
So, thing,
Yeah.
a comparison I want to draw between like this and like not a comparison, rather like a contrast is that something that has always bothered me about Minecraft is that you have these like a giant like humongous builds, but when you're standing next to them, there's not really that sense of scale. And if you're wondering why that is, it's because of how lacking of detail and like because think of it like miniatures, right? It's like because of how lacking in detail miniatures are. Like obviously you can tell their scale sort of. So obviously like Minecraft stairs and blocks, there's nothing too detailed in like texture or shape in Minecraft. But like looking at this for example, the amount of stuff going on, like the amount of detail in this, it really portrays the scale of it. Because like when I look at that, I'm thinking of like this humongous like barn area. But like, if you built that in Minecraft, it just wouldn't feel the same. It wouldn't feel like it wouldn't have the same sort of scale.
Yeah, Minecraft has a big issue with building, so this house is like a normal scale, for these human-looking characters, right?
Yeah.
But in Minecraft, building this structure, you'd probably make it a lot smaller, because in Minecraft, the bigger you make something, the less it makes sense, and the more ugly it looks. But then the scale looks
or
weird
you have
from
to
the outside.
or you have to start doing like back,
not just
or
that,
you,
but, like
you have
Like
to
if you
start
try to
doing
make
weird,
your house, if you try to remake your house in Minecraft, like your real life house in Minecraft, guarantee it looks too big for your Minecraft character. And it's like I would make my house smaller if I was just playing Minecraft Survival. Tell me you wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
if
no.
I do that, it'll look too small. It's just because of like I'm saying, like if you built this exact structure, like I'm talking like down to the block, maybe obviously you'd replace the roof with like stairs. But if you replicated this, then it just wouldn't feel the same. It wouldn't have the same sort of scale or like imposing sort of like.
Or contrast to the
So
environment with the
I
block
want to
variety.
talk about what we see in this image specifically. Firstly, I love how characters hold blocks in this. I like it a lot. Secondly, I love the fire effects and how those are on the candle there and on the little tiki torch
Candelabra.
thingies. Yeah, I love the fact that they are just they're not like static texture like little gifs pretty much. They're actually particle effects. I love the one thing I think we were taking for granted a lot, and a lot of people made fun of when we saw the bush clip, is the kind of foliage, like see these little whatever they are. Just seeing those. Also, hey, if you had just joined the call, we are recording, so letting you know that. So the little whatever they are floating around there, they add a lot of flavor to the ground, keeping it away from just being flat or having like static grass textures on top of it.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep,
sure.
let's do it.
All right. So
Take on challenges with your friends. Our goal is to build a world of
okay, so there's going to be a lot of stuff all front loaded here, all right, that we're going to have to get through. So let's go ahead and rewind frames.
By the way, we're watching the girl with the pigtails and the ghost guy. So like, fuck, I love the amount of
okay.
like.
So firstly,
customization.
the like Metal Gear Solid type like alert.
The question marks like when they're suspicious, and then
And
exclamation points when they know.
They're so characterized. So this is a Zone 1 monument, something basic that we've seen. They're fighting some goblins. The character here is using some dual daggers. The character to the right is using sword and shield, right? We've
Dual
seen a lot
wielding,
of
by the way, and working dual wielding.
working dual wielding. So firstly, look at the flip on this, right?
Yeah,
that is insane. That's just the
The
That's the wild
particles.
thing to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
Polina is
so-
awesome.
Shout out to Polina, the Hytale dev. She does wonderful particles. I'm not much of an art guy. V is, but I have an insane respect for her. So I love the way.
I love how it reinforces the whole thing that it's not a world of blocks, it's being portrayed with blocks, because like these are very, like, compared to the rest of the art style, these are very crisp and very clean, like a vector style particles.
So right here when she jumps, you're gonna notice she hits the goblin. Goblins are all alerted. They swing on her, or get ready to. But then she does that dash, and the dash is what gets me. Look at the way it distorts her while she dashes.
yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't notice that.
It does an air like distorting effect.
Hey,
That's
Violet,
so dope.
Your
So-
your Hytale work is going to be a lot harder than I originally thought it would be with some of these effects.
So
Oh,
what
do
it
you
looks
mean? Nah,
like.
I wouldn't work on effects. I just do like the skins and stuff. I don't know.
So what it looks
just like
like is that
texturing.
that bar that we didn't understand what it meant, that people thought might be magic or something like that. That bar from that one gameplay might have actually been how they measure, or what power it is that stores these abilities. I think you're gonna have two
Stamina bar. I
soft
talked about-
abilities.
This was one of the first things you and I talked about, Xander. The stamina bar
Yeah.
working thing.
Yeah, I think it's a stamina bar, and I think you're gonna have two soft abilities, like two side abilities, then like an ult almost that takes up your whole bar, or something along those lines. Because she's doing like sort of a blue colored like dash now, but before she did the orange colored like ult as we know it to be, right? The weapon art or whatever it's gonna be called. I don't know.
And
think
I
you have
I wonder if while being a melee combatant, you can get magical items that give you abilities, things like that. That's what I'm looking for, because it's a gear-based
maybe.
game. So
Maybe you have sockets on your armor that you lock abilities into. That could be a
or
way
like
that you do
yeah,
it.
you like gem sockets from MMOs kind of thing.
Yeah,
So-
but gem sockets are usually done to like a certain gem will give a buff if it's socketed into a piece of gear.
Yeah,
is
but
usually
you
how it's
know what I
done.
mean.
But who knows what they might
so
do?
Moving on from this clip. Caves.
Also, wait, go back.
Oh,
Go
oh.
back. Do you recognize this exact place?
This is not
is
the exact.
This
This
is
is the exact place. A lot of
this is
these
the
places.
exact place from that
So-
postcard.
Check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/.
Is it? Wait,
Which tells me,
which
by the way, which
postcard?
tells me they've been working on all of this since those postcards.
They
at
have
least.
been. They have been. So check out my YouTube channel, youtube.com/dankcorpse. I did a breakdown on all of this, but this was a postcard from almost a year ago, right? Around it was they were probably maybe 8 blocks forward, facing towards the right where these spikes are, where my mouse is. This is something we've seen before.
I can actually, if you want to bring up the postcard right now, you could probably find it very easily.
I think it would
I
go
could
down to
probably
flow.
find it.
I think,
No,
yeah,
I
if
could
you-
find it.
if
I
you
could
can
find it if you want.
If you can
My
find it,
editor's
go.
gonna edit up this
I've got it.
video, so yeah, you got it.
Is that,
Yeah,
is
send
that,
it.
okay? Yeah, but
Send it to
different
Ethan so he can
characters.
bring it up on screen. Yeah, they're different characters, but I think it might be
It
the
is,
exact
it is-
same
it is
location,
exact
different
same- yeah,
angles.
the exact same
Tell me
like,
what you sent it.
positioning of the skulls and everything is the same.
Yeah, I mean, it could be so the worry is either this is them reusing a
No,
location,
they-
which
no,
kind of
it's
not,
looks,
it's not.
We've
and it-
we've
or it's
seen
the
before.
same place.
We've seen before.
I think it's the same place.
It's the same place. We've seen before they use the same worlds. For
Yeah, I think it's. I think
Hold
it's the same world, and I think it's the same exact place they used for the postcard, and I think that they filmed this probably around the same time they made the postcard. Yep, see, here it
this
is.
is exactly the same area. Looking back at the video.
Same zone,
actually-
but do you see the purple trees? Because there's purple trees in the postcard.
This is the same area. You can see that it transitions from zone 1 to zone 3, and it transitions from zone 1 to zone 3 here.
But the trees don't look right, and there's a hill. See, look to the left of that gap to the left of the postcard. There's a hill there. No. Look at the left of it. There's a big hill in the back of the cave. If you look to the left, it's not the same place. It's
we'll
it's
see.
the same
This-
location,
this
but
could
it's not
be
the
a-
same place.
This could be a dungeon prefab.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So this is a type of dungeon that we'll see often. Interesting. Oops, sorry, dog yelped. So, looking at this is okay.
I mean, all these characters like they're the same characters throughout the whole thing. So
Yeah.
It's like they're going on an adventure.
yeah, exactly.
let me make sure that I have my.
This is
my-
them going into the goblin caves, which is fucking dope.
I'm really excited about this. There seems to be some
Something, no.
mobs fighting down there or something. Not too much to say other than I just love this generation, and I love the fact that the cave walls have detail to them, like moss growing on them, various rocks, rock types, different texturing for each block. I like that a lot. Not too much to say. There's a nice rope hanging. Just good environment. There, not too much to say. But let's go ahead and jump over to the next frames.
Saying no matter.
So, looking at this, I love the scale. The scale of these caves compared to
Yes,
the players.
exactly.
It
And
feels like a
They're
dungeon.
momentous.
It's part of
it
the.
feels.
It's That's not the
cavernous.
thing I'm talking about, because if you had the same sort of like, if it was recreated block by block in Minecraft, the scale would just not feel the same, just because of how little
No.
detail the game is. The
Well,
game
this
has.
game,
Yeah.
So something
this
like
game,
this, the amount of stuff cram packed, it really makes you feel like
this game benefits from the fact that it has a massive underground rather than a one. Well, there's a reason Minecraft expanded their underground. You can only do so
How-
many big things. You know.
Yeah, because
How
Hytale
deep?
scared the crowd out of them.
How deep do you think Hytale will go?
Connor
underground-wise?
and I have done some
they
weird.
will go very deep, because you remember there's the dinosaur biome underground.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to get
there's
onto.
a whole underground biome, so
So-
it has to be pretty deep.
So Quebec Corner, and it's layered. Quebec Corner, aka Connor, and I did a little bit of weird number crunching way forever ago. We estimate it's probably like some 64-bit integer in the thousands. That's our guess. Because or like the single thousand. I mean like 1,000 something. I forget what the 64-bit integer.
I like
there
that.
is.
I would prefer if it was like like so deep that it's like no one bothers to go.
We were
bottom,
thinking it's
you
probably
know?
like 600 is ocean level, and
Yeah.
1,000 is about the highest peak you'll ever see, and 0 is like why are you bothering?
Yeah.
So
Or you think it'll be 600 blocks deep?
Look, right? I mean, you remember how deep like Terraria is, for example.
Yeah.
there's so
Like,
much to that.
Exactly.
I want it to be Terraria deep.
Is
Colt.
Terraria hard?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, if you
I
play
played
like
it, I don't
even on a
remember it being
normal
hard.
difficulty, like even on one of the normal or easier difficulties, if you're not careful, like in the caves early game and whatnot,
No,
early
yeah.
each
Oh,
phase of
yeah,
the game,
I
you'll get
dial it, yeah.
annihilated. Yeah,
But I feel
you'll
like
die a
adding the
lot.
third dimension to something like that, like it definitely helps, because I think like Terraria is great, but I think it suffers from
One thing I was worried about when thinking about how this game could be more like the Terraria. Terraria is an arena shooter almost at the late games with how the movement works and everything. Seeing the combat we're about to see in this trailer really quelled that fear. So going forward a little bit further into this, we can see just some sleeping enemies, which is a mechanic.
Oh, yeah.
Enemies can sleep, which is something I really look forward to seeing.
Look at the silver ore, by the way. Look at the silver and the copper ore. I think that's they are
Yeah.
silver.
Yes,
we
right
know,
above the
it
hut.
glows and stuff.
Also, little goblin hut right there that I'm sure has some loot in there once you kill the goblins.
What is
and
he?
some-
What is he aiming for? The little guy just strikes.
Oh yeah, did he? Yeah, he
Yeah,
hit.
He's
That's
probably
weird.
just doing.
Oh, that
his
might be an
Guys, it's
animation.
Andrew Garfield.
That might be him pointing. Wait, I think he's pointing. I think that's like that looks like a WoW animation.
It looks like
almost.
it looks like he's yelling at someone to wake up. You know, like why
Yeah,
are you blacking
wait,
off? Get back
that's
to
an
the
idle
mic.
animation. He's waking that guy up. He's saying, "Why are you
know
asleep? Get back up."
Yeah,
that's what's
okay.
happening.
That's huge.
so cool.
Let's go on to the next
Others,
clip.
You'll have the opportunity to compete and express yourself.
Mia, we know they
through
interact with each
minigames
other.
and other forms
I
of
love
social
that.
Play. No matter what you and your friends are up to, we will.
Okay. Firstly, the gem on the right, lighting up through the helmet in the darkness,
Yeah,
is
that's called a
insane.
mission, and
Yeah.
a mission is great.
I
Glowy
love it.
armor is my favorite thing ever in a game like
The,
this.
the
Glowy
dinosaurs have
armor.
it as well, like
Mhm.
they glow in the
Yeah,
ground.
they glow.
It's like my favorite art feature thing.
Share
I don't know.
So we've seen this a lot before. This
Aye,
is
the
the hub
minigames.
area. So here they're gonna jump.
Look at the sword. Look at the go back.
Go back. Going back.
They literally ripped the sword from Minecraft.
How so?
Wait,
oh,
they did?
oh, it's their original. Yeah, because it was just their logo for combat, I believe. So hold on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's their combat logo. Yeah,
I guess
Yeah,
it makes
see?
sense because they are coming from Hypixel.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
it's their. These are their game modes. Yeah, this is the PvP portion.
Okay, this
This
part
is cool.
I was screaming.
These
Yeah,
are floating
this is the-
islands. These
this
are
is the
floating
minigame.
islands. What is this?
No, no,
This
What
is their
minigame
minigame.
is
It's
This is
minigame.
Skywars.
You know-
Skywars.
This is Skywars.
Is it? Oh yeah, I think it might be.
Is it? Yeah, those huts. Those huts. This is Skywars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
So
Bed Wars or
I thought
whatever.
it was sumo.
What-
the thing when you
Skywars or
knock
Bed
him off,
Wars?
because I think the goal here is to knock your opponent into the fire. I don't know.
I think this is a 1v1 at the
this
very
is a
end.
1v1
of the match.
This is a 1v1 at mid. Is what's
I
happening.
Those
think they
weapons
might
are
be.
insane.
I think at the end, what could happen is you're teleported to the middle and you can't leave. And
No.
you're,
Guys,
effectively
have you
stuck to death.
guys never played Skywars?
Oh.
It's just this. This is where the loot is at the middle, and they're just fighting.
Oh, okay. But why
Yeah.
is there fire there? Does the loot come out of the fire? You think?
No,
Maybe it
no.
shoots
That's
out?
just a map hazard. That's all. It's just like that's you'll see it gets used later. But so looking at the way they jump at one another, like the dash behind, this feels like a Dex build. This is like what I imagine when I talk about D&D combat.
D&D
This is like a heavy armor strength build, and this guy's using like a light armor dex build with 2 daggers. Yeah. So these are 2 different play styles.
Hold on, wait.
Play styles going against
Hold on,
each
hold
other.
on. Look at this.
Oh, they turn red when you take damage.
Only his head turns red, right? Or am I being colorblind?
No, his whole body turns red.
Okay.
Colorblind boy.
So he turns around, gets hit, Hammer dude is getting angry.
Just whacks him nice and hard. Yeah, the
That's-
hammer's got serious
Bro,
knockback.
bro,
That's why
that
people
is
use
a
it.
1, 2, 3,
It's-
4, 5, 6 block knockback on a
Yeah,
single
yeah,
hit.
and it gets crazier. You can have a higher. But look at this guy. He's doing
Look
a
at this
fucking
jump.
ninja jump. Look at this jump.
Whoa!
That's the jump the dagger ability
He's doing
has.
the same one as before, but like
Yeah, it's the same one as before, but getting more airtime.
Oh, the
And it-
animations in this game.
And
are
it builds
insane.
distance, and then I think that follows up. That's when you can follow up
Charge
with the
it.
dash. And then he's
just trying
charging
to
his
see you
pushback.
legend.
Yeah, look at that.
And then he
there was
dashed-
the dash. There was the dash.
There's
I
the air
predicted
dash.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
my
that was
god.
the air dash. That lets you close distance really quick after
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
Obviously, this is
Oh,
like.
I love this play style in this combat.
Oh, wait, so you can choose.
Oh my god.
Oh, these are abilities I can't even explain now. There's like a mix of blue and orange here now.
Particles. Oh my god. The
Like
way
this is
that's so
entertaining
cinematic.
PvP. Oh, right.
Yeah,
in the
This is
pit.
this is what I want to watch. Yeah, you can see he tries to
Yeah.
save himself with the dash,
Yeah,
and he's just.
I don't want to watch people spam mouse 1 in Minecraft. That's boring.
That looked amazing.
I know.
To help creators undertake the same sort of journey
Oh,
that we have.
my
These
favorite
things are
thing.
advanced
Oh, here's the
software
shader
tools
editing
that
they talked about.
Yeah.
that let you reconfigure gameplay
That's good for you, Ethan.
We intend to empower you to create
Hat dude.
everything from new creatures to whole new.
We've seen this before. This is just a nice
Our
clip.
goal with these tools
Yeah.
is to both empower the existing modding community and clear
I
the
can't
way
believe they
for
didn't hype
generating
this up.
new creatures.
Basically me, just
We
me.
want to pay
Okay.
They're
This-
doing just
Okay.
for me.
This is something big. This is big. To Xander and I, it's not that important because we're like more. I want to go explore and do PvP.
No, there's details here that I want to point out here. Look, wait, pause it. Look how cool. Look, it's doing that thing again where you get that little plateau of land just to break up the environment. I feel like this is done purely to make it so the worlds didn't look too much like Minecraft, because I feel like a lot of the plains areas that are really open would look that way. So to give
Nobody
them more
wants that
detail, they're
anyway.
like, let's add these little plateaus and make the world. Plus, there's climbing, so this looks Breath of the Wildy. That's
Yeah,
what it
exactly.
feels like to me.
I
It,
love
it
that.
feels
I love
feels
the
like an
terrain.
open world that I'm enthralled in and want to explore. So
Yeah.
one other thing
Yes.
one thing I want to talk about is right here, being able to do shit like that. Listen, I'm not even a creative player, but oh my god, I needed
Oh
that.
wait, did they say that's in survival?
No, this is in creative. But
yeah, this is creative, yeah, clearly, because she's
Also,
flying.
just like look at all the little props and details of that on the bottom.
look at the well. I hope you actually have to
Yeah, the
dig that
well is
out.
cool.
right.
What
Okay.
my curiosity is, what's the point? Also, look, dinosaur, and we're in the underground dinosaur biome
Okay.
there, and it looks
So,
like they've got guns.
Underground
they've got-
dinosaur
By the
biome.
way, the
He's got-
dinosaur. Okay, no, this is a mini game. This is why they have guns, and that's why the dinosaur is
Oh.
wearing a helmet.
Oh, this is a mini game. Yeah, this is like a Jurassic Park
Yeah,
Survive the
exactly.
Dinosaurs in the Jungle mini
Look at them.
game.
They all look like Rambo characters.
That looks fun. Yeah, that
this
looks like a
is-
fun mini game.
Dinosaur
Unironically.
survival.
I am
Dinosaur
not a
survival
mini guy.
game.
I am not a mini game guy, and this looks like a fun mini game. They got
No, I
fucking
know.
guns, and you
Yeah.
gotta survive dinosaurs in the jungle.
Yeah, a freaking.
Okay, so
dinosaur.
we've seen this before in one of the Goblin Horde trailers. This is the same area or the same ending.
Yeah, this
It's a-
is the Goblin
This
Horde.
is a boss. I'm gonna let the clip play
So-
out.
Wait, pause it for a second. Hold on, I want
Yeah.
to just analyze this room first.
Hold
Okay,
on,
so obviously
hold on.
we
World
got
of
the
Warcraft
Goblin.
reference. World of Warcraft reference with the
Oh, yeah.
candle.
That
on
is
top
a
of the goblin.
kobold. That is a kobold. Yeah, that is clearly a WoW reference, and we know because they mentioned in the one interview that they want
They
you
look
in
a WoW.
that in Hytale they run around and they jump around while walking while they're talking to people like in the game, just like they do in WoW. And that's what Noxy commented he was doing during that one interview that we got way back in the day. Anyway, my curiosity is these coin blocks. Do you think they're purely cosmetic, or
No,
do you
no, no,
think they
they
can be
won't be,
broken
they won't
into
be.
value?
I think they can be
won't be.
broken into value. I guarantee you they can be broken into
I would
value.
like-
Terraria does it perfectly.
There's also a lot of scrap sort of things there, so it's
The,
gonna be
the scrap,
You
maybe
can-
the
yeah, okay,
scrap
what if
things
it's
there
like-
can be broken down because
I-
I want
well,
these.
hold
I
on,
want
hold on.
all of
Let's-
this horde to be
exactly. What if you
something of
can melt
value.
it?
Let's-
What if you can
let's-
melt them into steel, iron,
Let's
stuff?
look at it this way. Let's look at it this way. When you're designing a dungeon, there's a reason for players to finish the dungeon. In this case, I guarantee you the boss drops some cool loot, but we don't really see a chest around here, do we? My thought is that it's going to work like Terraria coins do when you're exploring in Terraria, where you see little piles, you pick it up, and you get coinage. It's just nice.
That's what I want, and I want to be able to. So here's what I hate about games. So that it happens all the time. I was playing God of War 2018 the other day, and we go into Tears of Vault, and there's just mountains of priceless gold and shit everywhere. And I'm like, why don't I take my pockets full to use at Brock and Sindri? What the fuck? It pisses me off so much to see like the value of the Goblin Horde there. But it's like, yeah, but it's
Also,
just
look at his
environmental.
weapon.
It's not actually valuable.
I'm telling you
And-
guys, when we
He has
play
a
together,
weapon made of books.
when we play together and we have to like build stuff, we're building a vault. We're building a massive
Yeah,
vault.
what I want, Ethan, is for it to be like, okay, gold can be made into this block here. Like your currency in the game can be made in this block, and you
definitely.
can just have a Scrooge McDuck vault of gold.
Look at
is
his
what I
weapon.
want, and that's
Look
your
at his
actual
weapon.
value.
Look at his
Yeah,
throne.
it's a skewer of books. Yeah.
His throne,
big
his
boy.
weapon, everything about him is like MacGyvered, and I love this.
And he's got
Yeah,
like a little
it has-
a little necklace with like the things he loves, food.
yeah,
it
yeah.
has,
He's like-
it has effort and it has love and care.
Are those
and, like,
are those
detail
fucking
to it.
Molotov cocktails on his back?
Yeah, he's wearing Molotov cocktails. Yeah, I bet he has an ability to throw those, and he's got a potion too.
Okay, so here we see another charge ability. Nothing too big.
Yeah.
Okay, we've seen
This
this.
is
before.
beautiful.
This is not a prefab. This is a creative build. We've seen.
Yeah, this is a creative build. This will not be like in your your survival world. that you'll
However,
find
they have hinted that there will be things to this extent,
Like
mass
this.
dungeons. Yeah.
There might be things like this in
Oh,
Hytale,
no,
but
no,
not
they
necessarily
I really
this.
hope they do.
We know for a fact there will be things like this. We've seen the garden
Yeah.
elements. We've seen.
Yeah, there are things on the scale with this tier of
definitely
detail.
think They should have
and grandeur.
They should take influence from different cultures and different things. I would
I would
love
like that.
and they don't have to be perfect, pristine, but they could be more.
We've seen all
This doesn't wait. We pause it. Stop. Go back. The way this build is designed looks to me not like a player build. This looks like it might actually be
This is a player build we've seen
prefab.
before.
This looks
No,
to
it
me
is
like
a-
it could
it
be
is
a
a player
prefab,
build.
and this because it looks like it could be a prefab in the world that you regularly visit. Just the way it's built and looks, it
Yeah,
looks
I know
like
what you mean.
I
Yeah.
could be like a
think
hub
when it
city.
comes to things
game.
like this, like things this big, I think they're going to be more important to the story and be protected like dungeons are to some extent. So we'll see.
So Hytale is a very ambitious game, but with Riot's support and some of the
Spit, my
resources
boy,
we're
spit.
able to unlock, we might feel like we're moving.
Okay, pause it. Oh, beautiful fucking.
this.
Imagine this. This is why I want to spawn into Zone 1, and I want this to be where I spawn. Look at this white stone.
will be
I
where
think
you
that's
spawn. You
no,
start,
I
in-
think that's-
you
you-
start in zone 1 and you make
No,
your
you
way
start in zone 1, 2, or
No,
3.
you start 1, 2, or
okay.
3. Yeah. You
Yeah.
can't start in 4, 5, or 6 because
Yeah,
those
yeah.
are like late game zones. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's varying difficulties in each area. So zone 1 isn't
Yeah.
always easier than zone 3.
Yeah.
So looking at this, I want to build houses in these walls. I want to build bridges between them. I want to make a community all centered around this little kind of pseudo circle coming around with the edges on this.
I want to
really
turn
like that.
this into the Shire. Is what I want to do. I want
Uh-huh.
to have hobbit houses everywhere that we live in.
Direction to meet that
Look at that lighting. God,
Look at
it's
look at the
beautiful.
way that it fades out stuff in the background. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah, the
important.
Yeah, that's really nice.
We've been
The
able
draw
to
distance
is
develop
good.
teams
Also, yeah, that's a big thing
of
about
nine
Minecraft is it doesn't have any
developers that
fog or
used to grow up
haze, so
building their
the
teams.
sense
We've
of
been
scale
able
is
to
really
set up
lost there.
Our own office instead
Yeah.
of being 100% remote. We get supported by the office.
Yeah.
We're
Yo.
hugely grateful.
Dude.
God, their
of
office
our
looks so
communities,
nice.
I love their office.
Especially a lot of the fan artists.
I know.
There's
I
there's
like-
hey!
my
Okay,
art.
the,
Too.
the artist who made this image is in the call right now. May I introduce to you all, Violet? Introduce yourself and
Hi.
explain this art and the story behind
mean,
it and why you
I
are
mean,
now the most
okay.
famous member of the Hytale. You are probably, unironically, I would argue, the most influential and famous member of the Hytale community.
I would-
Unironically,
I would agree.
I don't know.
not memeing. I'm not
Hi.
joking. Yeah,
Are you
that's
not?
your art.
Okay.
No, we're being completely serious. So yeah, no, this goes back.
I don't really
to the
have much
first
to
fan
explain
art
about this art because I don't really do much art like this related to Hytale. Like my thing is 3D stuff, which I understand if they wouldn't want to show that, in case of misleading, and maybe it doesn't look too good on a wall, which I agree. But yeah.
This looks.
I still I appreciate them acknowledging me as a community member nonetheless. So
You undersell yourself like a motherfucker, I swear. Well, this was really cool to me because whenever this was a thing in one of the fan art blog posts, I hadn't met you yet. I don't think we had met,
Really?
but we weren't really friends yet, and I didn't know that you considered me a friend. I'd say, and it was shortly after around like this that I was like, "Whoa, Violet's really fucking cool," and then we ended up hanging out and playing games. I'd say that's about how I met you.
We've decorated the walls of the office with that fan art. But most of all, we're confident now that the direction that we're being unlocked to move in
I had to
is
message Buddha Cat
the
back.
direction that the community deserves Hytale to be. A game like this.
There's not much to talk
God,
about in this, but it's just
so,
beautiful.
Look at this. This is like look at. I love this detail they keep adding. That's
the amount
that
of
we've been
colour.
seeing so much
Minecraft
of.
would never
These
have
little
this amount of colour.
plateaus. The color, the plateaus, the
the
variety.
color range, the amount of color. It doesn't look, everything's saturated and nice, and it's really nice colors.
God, all this needs
It's
now.
just
I want
really
you to
beautiful
wait,
to
Ethan,
look
pause
at.
it, please.
You want
Ethan,
to
pause for
know?
just a
You want to
second,
know
Ethan.
the butter on
It's
top
so
of all of
washed
this?
out.
Like,
It's so grey and washed out in comparison.
you want to know like the best part about all of this? It's not
What?
running on a janky ass engine. It's running on actual fucking
And
quality.
Yeah,
This
a
game can
custom
run and look
engine,
like
which is,
this
like,
on shitty
future-proof.
computers. They've said in the blog post the game can run and look like this on very shitty computers at good FPS. The game's very well optimized.
I mean,
Way
yeah,
better
if you
optimized
think
than
about it,
Minecraft.
it's not really much.
Isn't
It's just
something that you
it's
can-
very
Wait,
low
Ethan, please
resolution
keep pause.
textures.
Keep pause for 1 second.
Compared
I
to
need
most
to.
AAA, it's very low resolution textures, very low fidelity models. Even if the models, like that's the beauty of such a game is that like, they're making beautiful graphics with very little. Like it's very little resolution. Like sure, it's higher than Minecraft's resolution, but it's nowhere near as big as like most AAA games now. And then just stuff like how they most of their stuff is comprised of just blocks. It's literally just blocks, and that's
Yeah.
not intensive at all. That's maybe like I don't know, the final boss. I don't know. Will probably have like 200 tries or something, which is like I don't know. I'm just guessing it'll be something really low for most of the characters and most of the everything in there really.
Since I know that Buddha is going to be watching this video, because he just said that he's going to be watching this video when it goes up, I want to throw in a suggestion, just a suggestion for the game, as well as a thing that could possibly already be in the game. So I know the Foley effects and the sound design in this game are really good, and a game that me and Ethan have been playing recently, where the sound effects for mining are really, really good, is New World.
Okay,
when you
unfortunately,
imagine.
New World did fall off pretty hard though.
It did fall off pretty hard, but imagine you're running through this little valley and you take your pickaxe to hit this stone, and when you hit the stone, it sounds like you're hitting a rock in New World, and you hear it crack as it like echoes through the canyon.
It's more like a meaty
Gunshot
like a
sounding.
gunshot crack of metal on stone, clearly breaking. It feels like there's force between each swing, and it reverberates through the valley.
We've seen a game. We've not really seen gameplay of mining, but we've seen gameplay of the pickaxe swinging, and I think it's more than just holding down your mouse button type thing. It's more of a gradual process where it strikes multiple times.
Functionally, I think it is just holding down your mouse button, but there's weights to it, if that makes sense.
Well, no,
I think it'll probably be
do think
clicking,
in
maybe.
a game like this, where I think obviously mining is like one of the probably not the least, but it's definitely not as important as other things in this game. I bet you. But I do think they should definitely put more into that. It's something that people want to grind and put hours into. Just going on a mining trip underground.
Yeah, but Buddha, if you're watching this right now, look up, if you haven't played New World and you don't know, look up New World mining noise, or like footage of mining in New World with no commentary, just the sound of the game. Listen to it for a little bit and just hear the sound of mining in New World when that pickaxe hits a rock or an ore or whatever, and it just cracks like a gunshot echoing through the canyons. Send that to who is it does the Foley effects for Hytale?
That is
Oscar, right?
Oscar, yeah, Oscar's a wonderful guy.
Send that to Oscar and see what he can do about that, because having some sounds like that for mining in Hytale, maybe a little toned down, because I feel like that would be excessive in a game with as much mining as Hytale will have, presumably. Something like that, like I want it to sound like crack, like it sounds like in real life when you mine in this game, because Minecraft mining, like the clunk 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 clunk, that's not how mining sounds in real life.
It's boring and repetitive. I want some challenge.
Yeah.
I want some feeling of uniqueness to mining.
Yeah,
as a
I feel
gameplay
like
feature.
I feel like the Hytale devs have put in so much work that a way you might be able to find caves is by seeing what it sounds like when blocks break or when you hit them. Because maybe if there's a hollow cave on the other side of some blocks, it sounds a little different. Like maybe you hear echoes reverberating through the cave.
I wonder
you
if
find
they'd
caves easier.
implement that. I wouldn't bank on it, but I wouldn't be surprised, and I would be very excited to see that.
Look, right? They're putting so much detail and effort into their sound design, making it very ambitious, environmental, and like very dynamic. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had different sounds, like tons of sounds for different things.
Yeah.
Man, I cannot wait to get my hands on this and to make games in it. I'm so excited.
The only thing about Hytale is it's just setting the bar very high for mods and stuff, you know?
Which I don't mind. I think that's fine. I even if what someone makes isn't as good as the base game, but if it's fun, then they've succeeded. You know, if like there's a community of mini games that aren't on the level of the the base game because it's just unmatched quality somehow, I would still enjoy it. I would just enjoy the community aspect. Unless it's made by Violet, because listen, devs, if you're watching, Violet's coming for you. I swear. She's got quality.
What does that mean?
Violet's gonna take all of your jobs, Hytale devs.
Yeah, she would.
I'm gonna
She
really dry.
She would love the workload of an entire office of hardworking people all on her back with short deadlines. Make sure that you really cram her. God. All right, let's keep going.
A game like this is a game that has to evolve a genre and move a community as a whole. And so we want to bring our Hypixel community into Hytale. We want to invite the wider games community.
Okay, pause it.
Community.
Yeah, I forgot this happened.
I love this biome. Look at how blue
It's so
the
cool.
water is.
I know the water looks nice.
The water looks really cool, yeah.
And the stuff around the edge, you see the
Wait,
like,
new
white
pickaxe.
Sort of,
Yeah.
Wait,
We
that-
saw a new pickaxe there.
Look, that
Whoa.
pickaxe right there is the same color scheme, and I think material is the cloud metal
Cloud, yeah.
gear. Yeah, so that means that's a cloud metal pick. That means that there's shit tons of tiers you have to get for mining.
yeah.
It's not like once you get an iron pickaxe, you can mine everything. It looks like you got to get like the cloud. Maybe
This
I'm
is what I
thinking the
love.
cloud.
This is what I love about Terraria is it I guess there is a best weapon in Terraria, but there's so many alternatives, and what I'm hoping to do with Hytale is there's not one definitive.
I
best
love
weapon.
that you don't
There's-
just jump a block.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
look
you
at
can
that.
like really jump and gain ground. I think
And
that was an ability jump. That was a double jump.
No,
that was a double jump.
I
right there.
guarantee. Hold on, let's see. No, I guarantee you, it's a weight thing. I bet you, if you're using like light gear or in this case
Stamina.
next
Oh,
no
wait.
gear. Yeah, I
It
bet.
looks like it might be
Yeah.
a weight thing. I think if your gear's heavy, then you jump lower.
Yeah, because we've seen
That's
heavier
awesome.
people jump lower.
That's
yeah.
That's what Elden Ring does as well.
Watch the girl with the pigtails and what she does to this wall real quick.
Different groups.
Yeah, she's about to
Common experience.
parkour. Watch the pigtails
That,
girl.
that is
Climbing!
huge.
Yeah,
That is
climbing.
huge.
Climbing. There's parkour in Hytale. There's fucking parkour in Hytale.
This is gonna
No,
be huge.
climbing. Breath of the Wild climbing, please.
Wait, I think forever ago, this was one of us recommended this. I swear, we had talked about this being a feature, and I think we all agreed that no.
Climbing.
I think we all came to the conclusion of like, I just don't know if that would fit, but it very clearly does with their high movement, high like just high movement combat and gameplay. I didn't think the game would get this high movement from what we had seen before.
I know the characters have so much movement fidelity. Like
No,
it's
right.
so much verticality
that's what
and
like,
yeah.
like, Minecraft it really
Look at
misses.
Look
in-
at this.
And the
smooth
animation is highly
animation.
detailed too.
Oh, I
Even in this
know.
like early like that looked great. Like that animation didn't fuck up at all from what we just saw
I
there.
want to know what that looks like in first person.
Yeah, movement in a game like this is really important.
I bet it could look great. Look up after this video if you want to know what like I think it might look like really good first person climbing and parkour. Look up some Dying Light gameplay after this video, Ethan.
Yeah, I've seen
And-
that. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering
think-
because they have blocky hands and stuff.
We made this game
Yeah.
because we felt like this is what we wanted to make in our heart. And that's what Riot, I think, recognized.
He's
and that's why
spitting.
we partnered.
He's true.
Is
He's spitting
coming
facts.
From the heart is how you make games that will move players.
All right.
God, look at that. Wait, can
No.
you see the little leaves falling from the trees?
I
Like that
can.
one like
There-
yeah,
there's-
look at the little
There's
leaves.
nothing to say there. It's just beautiful, and they end on the same note they started in. Look at the
Yeah.
bird. Hytale, man.
Wait,
once
pause
it
it,
is
pause
here,
it. Hold on,
it's
what's I want to
copyright
see wait.
games.
Riot Games Inc. copyright, League of Legends, Teamfight Tactics, League of Legends, Wild Rift, Legends of Runeterra, Valorant, Riot Forge.
Remember, the reason it has that is because this was on a stream with a ton of other
Yeah,
Riot IPs.
yeah. I love this. This means like Riot is really pushing. Like the fact that this came out, this means Riot is really pushing them to like to get this game like into the limelight now, which is big. And the fact that it's actually they put out a second trailer just out of nowhere is insane. I feel like I just got hit by a truck. It was such a surprise. I had no.
I woke up
Yeah.
at 2 in the afternoon, rolled over, saw Violet texted me, saw all the notifications, was like, oh shit, and I immediately hopped in call with V. This was, ooh.
I almost didn't.
You-
So many things could have happened that would have
Oh my
prevented me
god,
from being
yeah,
here
you
to
almost
see
didn't
this.
get to see this. Could you imagine how pissed you would be if you came back
I would
and
have been
missed all this?
so mad. I would have been so mad. I made the right decision to not go. I was supposed to go to an Everclear concert today, and I ended up dipping out, much to the disappointment of my mom and my girlfriend. And then it turns out that like this trailer comes out. I can't really be mad. I made the right choice. I made completely the right choice. Absolutely. Holy hell. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing. What are our thoughts after that?
I need to get a video out. I need to analyze every frame of this. I am so proud of the Hytale team. I have talked to a few of them. I've seen them on their personal Twitters, and they're just wonderful people. And I cannot express how much I care about these people and how much I want to see them succeed, and how proud I am to see how far this project has gone. If we were to compare a lot of the footage we saw in this trailer to footage we saw, like, think of the Trork combat clip, the first ever bit of combat we ever saw, and the first combat we ever saw between PvP in that what's it called, the like Hunger Games style thing. That was nothing compared to the light show and movement fest on the almost on par with things like Doom Eternal movement that we saw between PvP.
It looked like the movement that you would see when you get one of those mods that lets you get a third-person view in League of Legends, or like get down and get like a side view of characters fighting League of Legends. That's how fluid it looked, but it's actually in a third-person or a first-person like PvP.
I've recently
scenario.
been playing a bit of Overwatch, and Overwatch is a lot about ability management and about various different. Everyone plays a little bit differently, and I've been looking for an MMO that is gear based and not too number crunchy, and I use my ability at the right time, so I win. GG's easy, right? No dealing with debuff stacking, buff stacking, things like that. Hytale, I think, struck the perfect balance of being able to pull in more hardcore type gamers who like MMOs and like RPGs, who will want to max out their gear and who want to enjoy that aspect, while keeping the casual of, this is action fun. You know, this isn't numbers. This is, you get it like I said before, it feels like it looks like it plays Doom Eternal. I can't express it any other way. If you have played Doom Eternal, you would understand how fluid and absolutely gorgeous that movement is. Like, I need this. I know the devs said they didn't want to build up hype, and I don't know why they released this trailer right now.
This must mean it's time to start building up hype going into 2022, right?
I think this just made things infinitely harder to wait for. Life has been moving real fast, and I hope it continues to do so, because come 2023, I'll be playing this.
So what I'll do is I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask Budokat, like, just curious. Does the aforementioned try to keep your hype settled down still apply post this trailer going into 2022, or can we maybe
I doubt
get
it,
a little
man.
excited?
Go ahead and ask him, but I doubt it.
Oh. Yep, so Budokat replied. So I messaged Budokat asking, does the aforementioned request for us to keep our hype tempered still apply following this trailer, or can we start getting excited again? Or can you not say? Just want something to add at the end of my video if you intend for this not to act as a message for people to get hyped again too soon. Because as we know, they did previously ask for us not to get too hyped, and they released a blog post telling us that we can't expect anything too significant till 2023. There's arguments to be made that could still mean like a beta or something playable for some people in 2022, but 2023 seems to be the earliest they've said that we're actually going to get anything, so temper your expectations, you know. As Budokat replied, I'll read it off. Yeah, so this was a good opportunity for us to introduce ourselves and our story to Riot's audience. However, everything we mentioned in our summer 2021 blog post is still true. Hope this helps. So yes, everything they said earlier is still true back in July about the delay. We are still, everything they said about that is still true. However, this was a cool little trailer, and they did get to introduce themselves, and we got to see some new gameplay. And frankly, this doesn't mean that we won't see new gameplay sometime in the future. And I think this has certainly been worth the wait that we've endured the last,
After that combat? Oh my God.
Would you say this is worth the months of nothing since the delay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was doing my life during that time anyway. You know, I can live with it.
Yeah, same.
This was a very pleasant
It's
surprise.
like getting over a breakup, you know.
It's a very pleasant surprise, frankly. Yeah, that was awesome. I can't believe So now here's the question.
Honestly,
do we count that as a trailer?
Yes, that's a trailer. That's absolutely a trailer.
You know what's
What
so
do you think,
cool
Violet?
though? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think it's a trailer technically, but like, what's so cool is like how. Like I don't know. I guess you guys can't relate, but like me and Buddha are kind of on the same page. Like we both work for a team which one has obviously leveled up and made their own game since. But like like Hypixel's origins is pretty much the same as where I work right now. Like Noise Crew is like they made stuff in Minecraft. And I just feel it's really cool that we have that sort of level of relatability there. Is like I don't know. I don't really talk to Buddha much, but when we do, like he mentions how like I'm doing like a really cool thing, and he's just acknowledging that like
One thing we've
I don't know.
seen in the gaming industry recently is a downtrend of interacting with the players. Used to be that players would outright just help development by like, hey, I'm gonna go on the forum of the developer that I like and just say, hey, isn't this cool? And they're like, yeah, we'll add it, and we'll specifically tell you you are the reason we added it. But then we slowly moved away from gaming being more of an art form as it used to be, and it got very, very corporate very fast with massive
Very
companies.
an industry, a big
Yeah,
industry,
it became the biggest entertainment industry in the world, and that's good. That's a great thing that happened, but we lost a bit of soul in the level of connection between developer and player. And one thing I have been blessed with, and I think all of us would agree with, is being able to follow a game like Hytale that I really would care about whether the devs cared to talk to me or not, and being able to see a trailer, say, "Oh my god, that was amazing!" Go message their community manager, Budacat, and be like, "Hey man, I'm beyond proud of you. You've done great things. You've brought a community together. I've been able to meet so many good friends. I've met all of you guys because of Hytale, really." And it's like, I love the team. I have an undying love for this team. I think I think they have properly worked up listen, it's extremely gay. They have properly worked up a community and developer love and trust, I'd say. I know that there's a lot of little shitters on the subreddit who will bitch and moan about delays and whatnot, but for the actual core of the community, for the people who have a true passion for this, they get a little pessimistic at times, sure, but all of them come back to loving this game. And I really do thank the devs. Oh, Noxie just liked my tweet. Like I said, the CEO of Hypixel liking my tweet and whatnot. Like,
I know, right?
Hypixel, freaking I don't know.
Yeah, Noxie's great.
Sending us Quebec figures.
Yeah,
the Quebecs. Yeah. Gotta remember.
It's
Gotta
crazy,
remember
right?
the
This is
Quebecs.
something that was seen by over like 80,000 people, and us three are like out of 20 people that own these.
Yeah, and this is a game trailer that's been seen almost 60 million times.
I know, right? It is very it is a blessing to have these, truly. I do want to point something out that I don't think we really got to talk about earlier, but when it was about to start the Hytale portion of that stream, it went from being about 80,000 viewers to around 160,000, and everybody in the chat was spamming for Hytale. So all the people bitching and moaning and whining on the Hytale subreddit about how Hytale's dead and the devs are taking too long and the game's dying and nobody cares. Literally, nearly 100,000 people came to this random Riot live stream where it was announced last second that something even remotely Hytale related might appear for a little bit, and over nearly 100,000 people turned out for that last second. There are a lot of... This is evidence to me that there are a lot of people.
A lot of sleepers.
There's a lot of lurkers waiting for Hytale. They're keeping an eye on the Twitter page. They may not be active commenting, but they're keeping an eye on it.
Every 2 weeks, we'll see another content creator like, oh man, I really want Hytale, like just some random... Yeah, and you're like,
the big content creators are all excited for it. That's the biggest thing. It doesn't even matter if the random populace doesn't care about the game anymore. As long as all those big YouTubers are hyped for it, them making their videos playing it will make the game popular, and we know they're all excited for it because of Connor's video.
It's a pretty open secret that streamers, YouTubers are probably the biggest form of advertisement you could possibly get, and the free advertisement too. Yeah, that's why I've literally done a massive video that was like 3 hours long with Quebec Corner, aka Connor, on the history of Minecraft on YouTube and how that game was developed and shaped by
amazing
the
video. Anyone watching this current video right now, go to Quebec Corner's channel. QWEEBEC.
You spelled it wrong.
CO. I know I did. I'm sure I did. Anyway, Quebec Corner spelled with a KW at the beginning. Quebec Corner, and look up the history of Minecraft on YouTube. It's a very long video, but it's a very well-made documentary about the history of Minecraft YouTubers from the very beginning to today. And it's very recent. It's very well made. It's got like millions of views at this point or something. And my boy Ethan right here helped make it. So.
Yeah, I wrote a lot of it. It was very fun.